sa inyong compre. So, depende lang po sa style sa professor in terms of questions. So, i-cover na lang, we start with descriptive statistics to assessing normality, which statistic to use, reliability of scales, and then yung individual na statistical reliability of individual na statistical analysis and how to read the table. So naman po tables there is a SPSS survival manual, so let's try to go through it one at a time. Okay, so wait lang. Wait. Sa ganip.
Kinsa inyo, Hanil?
Ito.
Si Doc Corrada, tapos sige, absent na to eh.
Si Doc John inyo ha.
Kulba na ko.
Wait lang. So if nabasa niyo tong SPSS survival manual, daghan kag ma-skip na parts actually. So you don't have to read the step-by-step sa SPSS use. Pwede sa interpreting data sets lang. Unsa page gani itong correlation? At least dito mag-start.
121 sa book, 137 sa PDF.
Thank you. Okay. Pero before that, start sa I think go through sa mga descriptive statistics. So, kabalo naman ta sa descriptive statistics, no, mga ng mga mean, median, mode, standard deviation, number of sample, range of scores, the skewness, and kurtosis. Kabalo naman ta na, no? Okay, good.
Can you share screen?
Wala ko'y sa book akong gi-open. Wala ko'y anything for kurtosis.
Gani, i-share screen na lang ang book.
Hindi ko mga soko. Good, wait. No. Don't judge. Okay. So, direction correlation pero para on yan eh. So, let's just run through descriptive statistics. So, the uses, describing characteristics of the sample, checking variables for any violation of assumptions na underlying. So, mag-go through na in-depth later. Address the specific research questions if naaman. And then, so kabalo ta sa descriptive statistics, mean, median, mode, standard deviation, skewness, and kurtosis, lepto, meso, and platykartic, you know that. Then for normality, Kolmogorov, Smirnov if ang sample is less than 50, and Shapiro-Wilk if greater than 50 ang sample, and Shapiro-Wilk if less than 50. So just for nato yung mga assumptions of normality sa data. Reliability, we have katong alpha value, mo ng reason na we usually have the 0.05 for significance. Kay that's a 95% na confidence level. So dira based on alpha value. You have your Cronbach's alpha or the tau equivalent, and the others which not really used much, tong McDonald's omega for factor analysis, the GLB for the smallest possible reliability, and kaning WT, WH for correction of underestimating bias and the overestimation bias respectively. And for reliability, so most na data sets na ay reliability scales na tay alpha value of greater than 0.7 is considered as reliable. Okay, so start with choosing the right statistic. So kung exploring relationships, ang main jud is correlation. Pinaka-common would be the Pearson correlation. I'm sure familiar na taani na directions of one. Dili siya establishing differences. So,
Very idol pag-assume driving, familiar na lang.
Okay, sige, fine. Okay, sige, calm down. Before ta mag-proceed, Abi mag-record ba ka? Last time nag-record ka?
Nagabiyahe siya.
Dili, nakauli na ko. Nag-record na ko.
Nakaulit.
Nag-record na ka, okay. So, okay, sige. Okay, sige. So, fortunately, dugay tag time. So, for choosing the right statistic, let's start with exploring relationships. So, exploring relationships, we have the correlation. Now, dili siya differences between groups. So, dili siya causation. This is just correlation. Not differences between groups, but strength of relationship between variables. So murag ani siya, the scatter plot. So as one variable goes up, another goes a different direction. Kana that is for Pearson correlation. Now, if i-visualize na nimo, it looks something like this. Like if ibutang nimo siya on a wait lang. If i-visualize na nimo siya into some image, it's going to look like this. Wait lang. So, yeah. So, IV into your DV, that is the Pearson correlation, and direction-wise, not really effect. So, direction lang. So, you want to know the relationship between, actually, no, not even IV, DV. Variables, one does not cause the other. So, variable 1 and variable 2. So, you're trying to see if meron na ba relationship between, hatag the example, Neil. Give me a variable.
Ay, ba? I'm here to listen pa, not to discuss with you guys. Chika lang, George. Sige na.
Sige, fine. So, sige, preparation for compre and overall compre score. You're trying to establish not if related ba ang two variable. I mean, if naabay one causes the other, but you're trying to assess the strength of the two. So, how correlated are they? So, dili siya a matter of how ang preparation for compre would lead to overall high increase in compre score. So it's more of gina-establish nimo ang ilang relationship. So one variable to another. So one variable relating to another. Okay. In sa table, so dani mo sige change yung screen ay.
I-upload
So,
na lang the ISO.
Naka-upload naman. Like, i-open na lang and then go to page 139. Oops, mali. Ano eh. So, so for tables of correlation, usually they would look like this. In this case, ang variable is kaning total perceived stress and total PCOISS. This is what the correlation table would look like. Ang ginatanawan nimo for ang steps ani for the correlation is lang sa batong Pearson correlation. There. So variable 1 and variable 2. Variable 1 being kaning total PCOISS and variable 2 being itong total perceived stress. Ang imong tan-awon lang jud would be kaning or correlation nila between the two. So in this case, ang PCOISS, ang Pearson correlation niya with total perceived stress is this. Correlation coefficient niya is negative 0.581. Negative does not mean weak. Negative just means na maunang direction. So as ang PCOISS is going up, ang total perceived stress is going down. Maunang negative na meaning nila. Pero ang correlation niya is 0.5. So dira pod ka magtan-aw. Ang ranges in the strength of correlations, 0.10 to 0.29 is considered small, 0.3 to 0.49 is medium, and 0.5 to 1 is a large correlation. So, mao na tan-awan nimo if negative 0.5. So, negative 0.581 meaning there is a negative large correlation between the two variables. So, as nagasaka ang PCOISS, ang perceived total stress goes down. So, strong ang ilang correlation, dikit sila but ang direction is pababa. So, if put on a scatter plot, very tight ang iyang variables. So, dili siya spread all over the place. Meaning, na-adjud siya strong correlation. Kay mahulog man siya sa 0.581, so that is in the range of 0.5 to 1.0, regardless of negative or positive. So, strong siya na correlation. And after sa correlation coefficient you check, you also have to check ang significance. Kaning significance two-tailed niya. You have to check this. So, ang significance niya is 0.000. Atong assumption is that dapat we set a 95% confidence level. Ang alpha value is 0.05, meaning it has to be less than 0.05 para mapasok sa significance. So since 0.00 ni siya, it is significant at 0.05 alpha level. However, since 0.00 po siya, it is also significant at 0.001. So 99% na confidence level. So this is a strong negative correlation and it is significant ang iyang statistic, ang iyang correlation coefficient. So ang examples niya, so I mean, if ang pag-present sa correlation, this is how you'd read it. So the relationship between the perceived controlled stress and perceived stress and internal states kay using Pearson correlation, yada yada yada, no violation of the assumptions of normality, linearity, and homoscedasticity, and there was a strong negative correlation between the two variables with high levels of perceived controlled stress associated with lower perceived stress. So as nagasaka ang perceived controlled associated stress, lower ang perceived stress and vice versa. Kay strong negative correlation nila. So that's for Pearson correlation, which is the most common na correlation. Then we have example po ani na correlation. Wait, this is for regression naman yun lang ni. Let's just go for So that's how you read ang table sa correlation. Then you have sa partial correlation. Now, ang partial correlation is when na ay how do you say this? Na ay third variable na possibly na ay effect on the correlation of the two variables. So if you visualize siya graphically, it would be like this. You use partial correlation if you feel na ay third variable na causing na not necessarily nag-relate ang A to B, pero nag-relate sila through C. So the third variable. So na ay third variable na possible nag-cause. How do you read this? There is a table. Sa partial correlation, tanawon ninyo ang control variables. So sa there's two tables then different na divide siya. One with no control variable, so all three. In this case, PCOISS and total perceived stress, and a third variable na total social desirability. If you suspect that total social desirability is the one na nag-cause sa correlation between the two, then you put nasa second table where the total social desirability ang controlling variable. Now, how do you read this table? Tanawon ninyo ang correlation between the variables murag sa correlation. Start with the total PCOISS and total perceived stress. Negative 0.581, so strong negative. And then total perceived stress and vice versa sa total PCOISS, negative 581, so strong negative correlation. Now, if makita ninyo dire na ay correlation ang total PCOISS with total social desirability of 0.295. So that is a weak. Weak positive correlation. A small positive correlation. Wait, no, dili siya. Yes, small ba siya? Masulod, yes, small, yes, just above small na positive correlation. And then if makita ninyo ang perceived stress and social desirability, negative 228, that is also a negative small correlation. So what happens if ang total social desirability tanggalon nimo ang iyang effect on the two? What happens? Pag tanggalon nimo ang effect sa total social desirability, PCOISS and perceived stress magbaba ng iyang correlation to negative 0.552 and vice versa for negative 0.5. So still small na large correlation. So mora nang mahitabo. So you're trying to compare if naay dakog jump between the one na wala siya gi-consider as controlled, wala nimo gi-mitigate ang effect sa third variable, and when gi-mitigate nimo ang effect. Now that gi-mitigate na ang effect sa third variable, ang ilahang perceived ang ilahang correlation is now this new correlation is now kaning 552. Originally 581, but now na mitigated ng social desirability, you have 552. So no mitigation mo aning first na correlation sa duha when you compare it this and vice versa pag dire and here. Pero a correlation sa both variables with the third variable is kani and kani. And once mitigated na social desirability, new correlation between this variable and this variable is now this. Kana. Any questions so far? Sige, before tayo mag-proceed, any questions so far? Wala?
Isa na, partial correlation na, no?
Yes, partial correlation. Kaya na control variables. Gina-try nimo i-mitigate ang third na variable. If na third variable, kanya if kaya kung Pearson correlation, relation sa A to B, pero if you suspect na ay effect ng third variable, meaning mo agi pa ang correlation sa A to C and C to B, so you need to mitigate C. In this case, ang C na to is total social desirability. So two table na divide siya into two tables. One na wala pa na mitigate and one na mitigate na. So what the fuck? Na by way of erasing this, I don't know how to fucking erase this.
Control
Kasi-
Z.
Dili. Yeah, fuck it. Bahala na. Dira na. Basta kabalo na mo. Kaya. Kabalo naman eh. Anyways, klaro naman siya, no? And then, kaning 1.0, basic ma-confuse lang mo na, daghan jud part sa tables na is just for confusion. Malamang correlation is 1.0 kay total perceived stress to total perceived stress. So, it's the same mo nang confusing na siya. Kaya it's just a lot. Panggulo ra jud na. Yes?
Na ako'y na ano ba nga mga nag-take og compare last sem, and then ang ilang kwan for statistics and research is kanang ang ginamik sa mga professor daw is to connect it to psychology. So usa ko pag-connect anak karon, like ha, unsaon?
So, i-connect nimo. For example, kaning these are psychological na concepts. So, how does total perceived stress relate to total perceived control? And does total social desirability make a play? So, for example, if ipa-answer nimo ang tao og survey. One survey for perceived stress, one survey for control. Does their answers matter kung na ay total social desirability? So you murag i-measure nimo for a third, murag dira nimo yun sa ba for scales, mga survey nimo for this and that. So nakay correlation between these two, pero if you feel na ang tao won't answer about the amount of controlled stress they have or perceived stress, that means that's the total social desirability. So i-measure nimo total social desirability, and then you correlate them on this level, and then i-try nimo i-mitigate ang social desirability to establish unsa ba jud ang tinuod na relation between this perceived control and perceived stress. And evidently diri na table ang mogawas is ing ani. So wala gihapoy dakong effect, I mean, or there's no big na effect pag-mitigate sa third variable. So how do you interpret that? Ang pag-report ana is something like this. So partial correlation was used. You don't really need to worry about all of this. Pang etchos ra ni yada yada yada. Tanaw jud ka, there was a strong positive partial correlation between the controlled internal states and perceived stress. So kaning first table, strong negative siya at first. Once mitigated na ang dalawa with lower levels of an inspection of the zero order correlation yada yada suggested that controlling for social desirability, which is once na mitigate na nimo siya, had very little effect on the strength of the relationship, meaning wala joy change given na strong negative ang correlation niya dire, strong negative gyapon siya dire. Gets? Okay, so next, then there's a third in the establishing relationship. Tarong ba gets dili?
Recorded man ka ni
Abi, nag-record man ka, no?
Terya balikon, fifth time.
Yes, Ma'am Mimi.
Maestra. Kanang ano ba, naami na ano na last year bitaw nga nag-take of compre niya. Nag-hint siya nga ang possible daw nga question sa research and statistics kay kanang naay case nga given with 3 options, and then kato na mga option naka-state ang different scenario including the research procedure. And then ang buhaton ato kay i-discuss siya kung unsa siya nga research design, and then i-base siya dito sa condition tapos i-justify daw.
Okay, balikan pa natin ang research or do we sige.
Ay, research and statistics na ano.
Yeah. So, yung correlation, so sige, kung let's research, ano ba itong mga types of research na Ito, fuck it, wait, balik naman.
Hindi, ayaw sa ipadayon sa ni nag-share.
Okay. Anyway, siguro ang ginamin nila ana is na ay different research design na case ihatag. Kaya ang exam man daw last time is para sa research is you have a case. You have to make one qualitative design and one quantitative research design and you choose. Ang statistics falls into sa quantitative designs. Dira tong mga for descriptive, correlation, comparative, experimental, and other na types na research designs. And ang correlation is one of those na use na tools. Pag correlation, kaning partial or Pearson, it's establishing relationships between variables. You're not measuring differences between means. Okay. Next. After sa partial correlation, we have a third na for establishing relationships. It's multiple regression. Kasi this is what happens pag more than one ang variable. So there
Prediction.
sorry, not numerical. Prediction. Yeah, pero pag more than one ang variable and you also have predictive power. So dili siya necessarily just a relationship. So predictive power pod, okay? Very good. So if i-visualize ang multiple regression, it's same lang good sa correlation but there's basta wait lang, open sa na akong Canva. So, wait lang ha. Okay, kani. So, for correlation ing ani, for partial we know. So, let's just say kani. So, which of the variables So, let's say, balik gyapon ta to the compre exam success. We have three variables, preparation, overall happiness, motivation, kana. Let's say natay data for all three of these variables. Which one would best predict compre exam success? So, mao nang how multiple regression works. So, how well will the set of variables predict compre exam success? Na three types of multiple regression: standard, hierarchical, and stepwise. Mostly, it's just standard. Okay, so dirita balik ta sa table. Wait lang. Okay, kani. So, para dili ma-confuse sa multiple regression, ang makit-an gihapon is correlations ang gihapon. The Pearson correlation is still what you use. Ang first na tan-awon dire, so you can always look sa correlations. Pearson correlation, so you have three na kay tulo kon sa dire. Perceived stress, total mastery, and PCOISS. So total control kana. That is your three variables. You're trying to know which one okay, dependent variable dire. PCOISS and total mastery, total perceived stress ang imong dependent variable, makita ni sa table. So you're trying to know which one sa two variables, is it total mastery or total PCOISS that is the predictor of total perceived stress. The way you look at that is dito gyapon sa ilang correlation. So tan-aw ta sa total perceived control, ang correlation niya to total perceived stress is negative 581. So, strong negative. And then, you look at total mastery and total perceived stress, negative 612. So, which is the stronger predictor? Total mastery. Okay. Now, dirita sa model summary, if you look at model summary, dire jud is just model 1, meaning kaning duha. The set of variables. When you say model, it is the set of variables. So, in this case, ang mastery and PCOISS, basta mo gawas ra gihapon ni sa tables if you ever need to interpret it. You don't have to look at any of this. In arte ra jud ni, this is really just pang-confuse. And then, pag abot nimo diri sa ANOVA, ang ANOVA is really for the, kasi kay daghan man good variables, you have to just check if for the significance. Although na kay significance diri sa taas, wala pa di. Significance is right here. You have to check if ang relationship ba between the two is significant. So ang ANOVA, every multiple regression is just for the significance. In this case, regression residual total, significance you look at here. Dire lang gyapon, always here. F score, F statistic, mean squares, you can disregard significance ka diretso. In this case, 0.00, pasok gyapon sa 0.05, less than 0.05, significant. So, same predictor, same variable, significant. Now, para sa coefficients, this is where the assumptions come in. Especially sa, you don't want collinearity. Assumptions of collinearity, you do not want sa iyong multiple regression. And how do you assess? If ang main na tan-awon nimo, first is kaning, actually before sa collinearity, tan-awon sa ninyo ang strength sa correlation. If ang correlation between any of the variables, let's say perceived stress and mastery, if any of the variables is greater than 0.7, you have to omit the variable. Meaning, tanggalon nimo siya, for example, total mastery and total perceived stress, 0.7 ang ilahang correlation or greater than 0.7, you have to remove total mastery sa model. Kaya that would mean that there's a possibility na ang mastery and ang perceived stress may be too correlated or strong na ma-affect na ang correlation niya with other variables like PCOISS. In this case, wala may greater than 0.7, you do not omit any variables. Pero if na greater than 0.7, you omit the variables sa regression and usually na second the model, dira model summary. If you omit it, pero wala man na. So, balik ta sa coefficients dire is a coefficients table. That's when you would see the collinearity statistics, which is right here. Now, nasa correlations, you already saw the zero order, 0.612, 581. Ang partial, mao nang what happens if you omit the third variable. Pero looking at multiple regression, pwede extra statistics na lang na. What you have to look at sa collinearity statistics, you do not want to violate mga assumptions of collinearity. So you look at sa tolerance and sa VIF. There is a tolerance and VIF. So for example, total mastery, sa predictor, this is just for predictors. Total perceived stress gyapon on dependent variable. The predictors are total mastery and total this. So what you look at is the tolerance and the VIF. You always want na ang tolerance nimo is greater than 0.10 and ang VIF is less than 10. That's how you know na it is a good correlation model. So in this case, for total mastery, ang tolerance niya is 0.7, greater than 0.10, and ang VIF niya is 1, less than 10. Good correlation model. In this case, same for the second variable, 0.7, greater than 0.10, and 1, less than 10. So it's also a good correlation model. Ang beta values, asa kanya ang beta values dire? Somewhere here. Asa yung beta values gani? Basta ang beta values is ang there, beta values there, right here. Beta values is ang contribution of each independent variable to the correlation. So 0.424 and negative 0.360. So again, since total mastery has a greater, so murag maingon nimo na total mastery has a greater contribution to total perceived stress. I'm not sure if pwede na to i-assume na the greater correlation would automatically be the greater contributor, pero I think pwede ra gyapon. Kay total perceived stress and total mastery, greater correlation than ang perceived control. Okay. And kaning residual statistics, you really don't have to look at this unless gusto ka magtanaw sa ilang distance level, pero you don't really have to. And again, para ma-visualize ang scatter plot, kana. Now, how do you read that sa ang table? You go back to ay hierarchical na ni. Dire siya. Kaning result of the analysis presented allowed us to answer the two questions posed at the beginning. Control, external events mastery and control explains 46.8% of the variance of the stress. You can get this 46.8 dito sa beta values. So, nasa to 46.8, there is I'm looking at the wrong table. Asa to? How much you can account for, I don't know, basta somewhere there. Wait lang, nawala ako. Wrong table. I'm reading the wrong table. Basta ka na, you're reporting it one way or another. So, again, stronger correlation ang total mastery and is a better predictor of total perceived stress than total control. And then, they are significant, ang ilahang statistically significant ang correlation, and they do not violate assumptions of collinearity. Both of them do not violate assumptions of collinearity. Okay, so reading that, mukha ni librohan na niya, wait lang. I can't find the motherfucking case-wise na niya. Where's the... Basta ka to, that's really all you have to focus on. I-declare lang statistic, i-declare lang ang strength of their correlation, and then you still declare na which is a better predictor. So that's for multiple regression. Now, ang logistic regression, which is the next na regression, actually, ang two other steps, ang hierarchical and case-wise, is still the same, different lang jud ang iyang steps. Ang i-cover pa nato ni, I don't really want to, kaya di kaya na ako kabisado, so basig mong pataka ako ingon. Pero hierarchical, basically, is the kanang step-by-step siya, isa-isahon nimo one model each per variable. So, model 1 ang regression, residual, model 2. So, different steps siya. So, different sets ang hierarchical. So, age, and, for example, diri ang iyang variables are age, total desirability. And there is a second na model is age, total desirability, total mastery, total PCOISS, and total perceived stress gihapon. Murag, you step-by-step siya. Correlation of regression of the first model, regression of the second model, and in the end, basta statistically significant, and walay changes between them, ato ra gyapon ang added variables of predictors. And you're still going to have to look at the tolerance and the VIF, so tanan ani pasok gyapon, no violation of collinearity for both models. Pero ang hierarchical model and ang standard model is all the same. Hierarchical just uses na step-by-step siya. Ang case-wise, I don't think may encounter natin siya kasi it's an SPSS na statistic only. So wala siya, maskin diri sa libro, wala siya nakabutang. Now, sa logistic regression, ang difference lang dyan niya sa multiple regression is, if multiple regression is for continuous variables, logistic regression is for categorical variables. So if natay mga gender, natay grade level, natay age, and so same process, it's just that it uses categorical variables. So mga to, cases, this and that, steep. So same thing lang gihapon. You just have to look at the significance and ang iyang kaning correlation niya between the two. So always look at the significance, and since categorical variables na ni, you chi-square, all this and that, you still have to check if tama lang siya. Next, after, so mao tong tulo na establishing relationship, fourth, factor analysis. Factor analysis. Factor analysis, if familiar ta ani, it's when, for example, naay daghan variables and you want to group them into smaller different groups of variables. So let's say na kay 9 variables, you need to separate them into 3 different groups. So mao na same with the katong factor analysis, traits, this and that. So yung techniques, you have yung Kaiser criterion, you have the Scree test, and the parallel analysis. Pero let's start with the set of correlated continuous variables. So makita ninyo if na kay scale na number of, for example, ibutang nimo number of words sa scale, i-rate niya siya, and then from the rating of the scales, you group these emotions based on the correlation nila with one another. Pero how do you do that? So balik ta sa table. Wait lang. Yeah, so you have assumptions that you need to take into account. First assumption is ang sample size. If ang sample size is 150 or more, the ratio is at least 5 cases per variable. You have your assumption of factorability. So if ang correlation is 0.3, KMO is 0.6, so significant na siya. Then you have your linearity and your outliers. So you take into account nagyapan na to ni. So pag-determine sa sa components, how many factors you're going to use. Usually pag i-run ni siya sa SPSS, so let's say each one of these are individual na variables. I-correlate niya ang each variable with one another. So PN1 to PN2, PN3, PN4. And obviously PN1 to PN1, 1 kay same variable. So there's 20 variables. You can correlate niya with each other and unsay result nila. So magawas ang KMO and the Bartlett's test. You have to determine, so for factorability and for correlation sa correlation matrix niya, if significant ba ning correlation matrix, you first have to look at sa R value of aning Kaiser-Meyer. If it is greater than 0.3, or KMO and Bartlett's test, KMO pala. So if this is greater than 0.6 and ang correlation statistic niya is at least na greater than, when saan yung R is 0.3? I'm looking at, so mali na ako na. KMO sa ata, 0.6, greater than 0.6, in this case 0.8, so ang Bartlett's test is significant. If ang KMO is is greater than 0.6, significant ni siya, so you don't have to worry about anything sa correlation matrix. And of course, sa significance niya, statistically significant, so no problem there. Basta pasok sa 0.05. Basta this Kaiser-Meyer-Olkin, ang KMO, has to be greater than 0.6, greater or equal to 0.6, para valid ning or significant ning correlation matrix. After the correlation matrix, a lot of parang statistics. So, basically, i-run niya ang comparison na which of these should be put into the same group. To know the number of how many groups or how many components ang ibutang nimo, how many separate components ang naa, you have to look at sa initial eigenvalues only. Sa total lang. Tanawan ning total na table, total eigenvalues na table, you look here. If usually to determine the number of components, you have to look which of the eigenvalues is greater than 1. So in this case, ang greater than 1 lang is hangtod dari sa component 4. So component 4, 3, 2, and 1. So kaning other components are not significant enough to separate the variables each. So there are 4 components dire. Sa total variance explained, because ang eigenvalues nila are above 1, there will be 4 components. So 4 factors in a case. And then pabutang sa script plot, that's how it looks like. So since there are 4 components, nakabutang na siya dire sa component matrix, dire siya mag-separate which of the variables ganina from the component matrix ang masulod sa component dire. So that's essentially it. So isulod niya ang each individual variable into the components based on the correlation niya with the component. So dire daghan sa component 1, daghan sa component 2, 3, and 4 because of their correlation with each component. So interpretation niya, you look at the correlation matrix, we saw that already. So ang KMO has to be about 0.6, one sphericity. Yeah, so see, so dire so dito again ang KMO is 0.874. Just to recap. Pero essentially, dire human na ni siya. Dire human, and that's how you do the component. That's how you interpret it. Since ang KMO is 0.74, significant, and therefore factor analysis is appropriate. So, dire niyo matanaw if appropriate ang factor analysis between these 20 variables. And then, you look at the factors to extract. There's 4. Like we said, kay upat lang above 1 na eigenvalue. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then, pag-separate niya, that's how you do the extraction and parang distribution to each component. So, kung butangan pa itong name dire, let's say, emotion 1, 2, 3, 4, kung balik sa example of katong sa survey ganina, and then each individual na emotion gets put into the groups. So, that's how you do the factor analysis, pag-interpret. A lot of this is just reading. So, kanya this is just a different method, pero maura gyapon siya. PCA, eigenvalues. Now, for parallel analysis, naman what you call parallel analysis sa factor analysis, you retain the only way you need to know. So, for example, you nakay one na analysis and you do it with another. So, diri ka mo tanaw for actual, kung na table for parallel analysis, you retain the components of the actual PCA and and make sure that it is greater than the criterion value of parallel analysis. That's how you accept the component. So, if ang eigenvalue from PCA1, so component number is 1, 625 is greater than the criterion value, that's when you accept it. Pag dili, like sa 3, then you reject it. So that would mean there's only 2 components that you accept. So kana ang iyahang parallel analysis. Kaya if tanawon nimo diri sa standard, murag sa 1 and 2 ratong daghan variables, sa 3 and 4 medyo gagmay na. So that's what, and medyo alanganin ang ilahang component analysis sa eigenvalues kay 1.1 or 1.2. So that's when you do the parallel analysis, which is when you use yung criterion value parallel analysis to see if i-retain pa ba nimo siya. In this case, since mas greater ang criterion value, you have to reject 3 and 4, and by that case, ma-move na from 4 components into 2. So usually, dala nimo makitaan when you need parallel analysis. Kay, again, tanaw nimo, you can see dili siya evenly distributed. Gamay ra kayo sa 3 and sa 4. And alanganin ang iyahang eigenvalues in the first place to begin with. So, di ba? There. Same tables lang na siya. So, from here, nahimo siya 2 components sa rated component matrix. Na-move siya from 4 components to now 2. That's another additional analysis lang. And then you still have to look at kanang usually sa component correlation matrix, if ang sabad siya, this and that. So, additional statistics lang na. Then, there it is how you report it. So, principal concept, reveal this and that. Ano ni?
Mag-answer
Basta to?
within 15 minutes.
Why? Ay, okay. More than 2 people man din, no? Okay. So, pag mawala siya, add back in lang ta. So, that is the last for establishing relationships. So, Pearson correlation, partial correlation, multiple regression, and factor analysis. Then, we have kaning establishing relationships, which is, say page ganito, ang t-test. No, this is t-test PDF page.
Page 221.
Okay, thank you. Now, ang t-test,
Wait lang. Tanongin mo muna if may questions sila.
may questions, guys. Sorry, dili jud ko pwede magtudlo. I'm sorry. May questions. Abby, Neil, may questions?
Wala.
Okay, Neil, okay lang. Sabtan man, no?
Yeah, very nice. Carlo, ibitaw, wala pagid na ko na sabtan, grabe, pero at least na may recorded. Ako rin balik-balikon kay di kay kuha na magod ni sum up na magod po ni tanan no, like recap na lang gid ni ba, wala pa ito nakafocus sa mga ano.
Yeah, human na miya to. Okay.
So, sorry. So,
Pero
ako
I do suggest na ibasa jud ninyo ning
Kaya
book.
gani.
Kaya it's really comprehensive siya. Kani si Doc Corrado jud naghatag ani na SPS Survival Manual. Siya naghatag ani.
Kung kuha na lang.
Sige, Doc RR. Ay,
We don't know. Dr. Baoyot, may suway pulo sa mo ang statistics.
Rosary, kinsay mo hang prof sa stats?
Corrado.
Si Doc RR.
Ay,
Ay, lahi
Ambot.
data.
lahi man ta. So, pero naka-test bank mong gyapon na. The point is, kamo mas established in yung background sa statistics kaya mo way pulos sa mo si Dr. Baoyot sa mo way pulos.
Uy,
Ano, kung
katong time bayan na mo kay magkompre to si Doc RR nung murag gipadali lang niya to nga time. Kay magkompre daw siya. But
Di padali og discuss.
Oo, murag basta lang ba?
Ah,
Sa ko gets.
Well,
Wala
naka-test
na,
bank,
bal.
naka-test bank daw na. So, we'll see. So, okay. Sa ba? Pilan lang ba ang time limit? 13 minutes. Kaya pa ba natin ni mo? Okay, we're fine. So, if ganina we were establishing relationships, dire, murag, you,
Yes.
sa ba? Sige na, sa man. Sige, igawas na ng tanang sa comment. Let's go.
Go na, go na, go na.
Pa, basi gusto ninyo mag-break gamay.
Tapos nyo mag-take mo time off.
Prayer tabi kung kanang for our ano. De joke lang. Sige lang, good.
Sige, Abby lead the prayer. Abby lead the
So at
prayer.
least ko ay kadang nagkuhan sa niigito lang. Medyo kabal pa stat dahil hinina. Bay ba na kung sa stat pinagkamay na sa una dahil walang kuhan ba then kando ko rada pod classmate ba ta Jamer kasi
Dili ta classmate. Kami ni Don ang classmate. Kamo ni Abby ang classmate.
oh, di ba? Kabal na si Abby kasi kung absent sa una. Wara ko galit sa stat. Pero sige lang. Mom, naman yun sa kuhan, di ba, sa drive?
Yes, if nag-abre mo drive, yes. So,
Nag-apply ko, uy, grabe. Sabi ko, study gayina, sakit ang ulo. Char. Sige natin, G. Continue rin. Nalang ko, gatawag mo gud minimum maron, mga ga-off cam ko ba?
Okay. So, kato for establishing relationships, ang correlations and ang two-factor analysis, there is a t-test and independent, so t-tests and the ANOVAs and kani, medyo extensive ni siya. This is when you're no longer establishing relationships nila, you're already looking at the differences between means. So, murag imbis na correlation, you're now trying to establish causation. Ibutang pa ba nako sa Canva? Wait lang. So, yeah, sige, wait. Okay, so, sa Canva pa, so, imbis na variables na lang, you already now go to your IV, independent variable, and your dependent variable, DV. So, let's just say ang compre success is now your dependent variable and ang IV nimo is kaning preparation. So, you're instead sa kanina sa correlations, you're establishing if one variable relates to another, dire you're now trying to establish if one variable causes another. So, independent variable and your dependent variable. And para klaro lang again, in any statistical or in any parang manipulation of variables, you will always manipulate the independent variable to try to see a change in the dependent variable. So, kaniyang imuhang i-change. Kaya diba, for example, preparation, kani man dyan ang imuhang ma-control. You can't control your success sa DV, so you're controlling always your independent variable. Now, balik ta sa t-tests. There. Oh, fuck. There. Now, sa t-tests, there's two types. And you'll see sa every statistical tool, there will be two types. You have your independent samples and your paired samples. Balik na siguro ako sa Canva. So, ang independent samples na t-test is if, for example, independent samples t-test and is the differences in the mean between two different variables. So i-collect nimo ang preparation and division sa kani independent samples. Ang paired samples t-test would be if you measured your preparation in one time and your preparation in another time. So across times ang paired samples. So, wait lang. Saan ba itong para klaro? Independent samples t-test is if different groups comparing the scores. Paired samples t-test is the change of scores of sa IV at different times. So, same subjects, different times. So, sige, para dili confusing, let's try, how do we make this? Give me an example for the variables.
Ano yung sa SPSS na, no? Self-esteem.
Ano ba?
Yeah.
Okay, sige. Wait lang, share lang ako.
Independent samples yan, right?
Yeah, independent samples. So, sige. So, you have, this is group statistics. So, independent samples t-test, you have total self-esteem. So, meaning you're trying to between different groups. So, in this case, total self-esteem between males and total self-esteem between females. So, two different groups, one variable. That is independent samples. Now, how do you interpret this? Pag start ani, you first have to look at sa imong Levene's test of equality variances. Dili sa jud ka magtan-aw. This will determine if you use the equal variances assumed or equal variances not assumed. And you look at this through the significance sa Levene's test. If ang Levene's test is significant, you assume variances. If it is not significant, you do not assume variances. So matanaw ka sa iyang significance. In this case, it is 0.6062. It is greater than 0.05. This is not significant. So you have to use the second line. So you do not assume equal variances. So dili assumed na equal ang variance between males and females. So you use the second line and dire ka magdan-aw na statistic. You can now disregard. So again, once nakita nato sa Levene's test, ansa siya, not significant.
Hindi.
Yeah.
Significant siya.
No.
Independent.
Baliktad. Sorry, baliktad. If significant value is greater than 0.05, meaning not significant, so meaning use the first line, so use equal variance as assumed. Pero if it is significant or less than 0.05, then you do not assume variances. In this case, 0.062 is greater than. Okay, tama ba? Yeah. Greater than 0.05 meaning
Equal
equal variances kay meaning not statistically significant siya. So you disregard the second line. Sorry na namali ko with the mathematics. So disregard this since not statistically significant ang significance sa Levene's test. So asa ka mo tan-aw? You now look at the significance total. Dili lang jud ka mo tan-aw. You don't really have to look at the T statistic, DF, this, that. You look, although for descriptive statistics, pero you don't really need. You look at the significance total, the 0.105. This is where you see if it is statistically significant ang difference in total self-esteem between males and females. In this case, 0.105, which is greater than 0.05, so not statistically significant. So ang differences niya is not statistically, ang difference between total self-esteem of males and females is not statistically significant. Dira ka mo tanaw. Okay, so dira lang mo jud ka, that's all you need to look at pag independent samples t-test. And if tanawon pud nimo sa mean differences nila, 34.02, 33.01, murag less than 1 lang ang ilahang difference. So although you can't assume always, pero dira pala makita na nimo. So again, you look at the Levene's test significance. If it is not statistically significant, you use the equal variance as assumed. If it is statistically significant, you not assumed. And then direct mo tanaw sa significance two-tailed for the actual statistical significance, the differences between the groups. Magamit ni siya during experimental models of sa research and all that. Then for other t-test, you have repeated measures. Paired samples na t-test. Ang paired or repeated measures. Ang paired samples is when you gather the differences between times. So same group, same sample at different times. So usually you use this pag for example in between samples na intervention. So for example, nag-test ka of wellness of mga students at one point, then after a certain period, and then ay second na you test. So dire, you just have to look at the significance two-tailed. Mas dali ang paired samples ka din naka mag-Levene's. You just have to look at statistics sa two-tailed. Dire-diretso. Boom. Is the fear of stats, nice jud kayo ang example, no? Is the fear of statistics from the pair at one time statistically significant with the fear of statistics at the second time? In this case, yes, kay it is less than 0.05. So, significant siya. Then, so if makitaan po nimo, after nimo ma-declare ang significance, you have to look at the differences in mean. So, tanawon lang nimo ang ilang mean. Statistics time is 40.17, second time is 37.50. So, basically, subtract nimo sila. Ang galon sa...
Diyan na siya sa baba.
Yeah, so there. So 40.01 and 37.50, we can conclude the significant decrease of fear in statistics from time 1 prior to intervention and time 2 after the intervention. So diretso sa significance and then sa mean difference. Ang effect size,
I'll end. Time na.
okay, sige. Balik lang ta later. Wait lang.